brother, how the hell you doing? We got to talk, man. We got to talk. I think they're going to come for me. There's a couple Judases in the whole sphere. And they're going to be like, man, Eli told me to be retarded because thinking is gay. And so guys are going to go out there and they're going to not have any common sense. They're going to be the idiot. The idiot, by the way, is the enemy of the retard. Because the idiot thinks. He thinks too much. But thinking is just a mask for cowardice. No one cared about me until I took off the mask. And you learn that. As you grow, as you live more life, you realize that no one cares about you until you take off the mask. Until you take off the mask of cowardice that hides you from being a coward. When you are seen, when you are being able to be judged, you're able to get all the opportunities and all the things that life has to offer, all the things that God, the gifts that He has to give you. But most men, they do stuff that gets them in the hole. They make bad deals. They take a risk. Maybe they move away. Maybe they leave their mama's house. They some of you guys just go ahead and bust a nut, knowing damn well that you would have a kid. I mean, this is literally not for your pleasure. This is how you make a kid. You're fully well aware of that. This just makes sense. This is where the freaking King Arthur. I would be buried so deep in those cheeks, whoever could pull me out would be crowned King Arthur. So I know damn well that people are aware. But what happens is, they pray, God, give me a battle. Give me a war. They want something to live for. And so they go ahead and bust. They know damn well they could have a kid. They risk it. They have a kid. And then what happens? Walk out on the kid. They give up. They become the idiot. They were retarded. They said, come what may, let the chips fall where they may, let the sperm go where it will. And now that they have done something, they're not able to keep going in that thing. So many people are going to do this. Oh, dude, I went out. I had a great time. Oh, but the girl rejected me. Oh, I'm a little hungover today. This retard maxing thing is stupid. Because you're a coward. Because you can't deal with the actions, the consequences of your actions. Which are never, it's never bad. Like, okay, having a kid maybe before you're completely secure and ready is not bad. But you are the problem because you give up on the responsibility and taking on more responsibility. You moving and quitting your job is not bad. It's not stupid. If you have enough conviction and will, the will of the retard, you will continue to find a way. But many people are scared. Many people don't walk by faith. Many people are deep down, they're cowards. And so what happens is, people start trying this. They start living with their intuition. They follow their intuition. They start riding the damn tiger. They start entering the rapids. They do different things. They take on more responsibility. And just like Peter in the Bible, when he's walking on the water, he's like, wow, I'm actually doing this. And then he becomes self-aware that he's actually doing it. And he looks down. He begins to doubt. And that's when he starts to sink. And that's when Jesus is like, all right, Bucky. Like, all right, buddy. You see what happened? You lost faith. You took your eyes off me. You see, when you're living with intuition, when you're a force in this life, you're going to start moving. Okay? Just like, why do we like... if you look at the sport that is the peak masculine, just peak cowboy masculine energy, the bull rider, you get on this monstrous, just an enormity of a beast, and you see how long you as a man can ride that bull. Giddy up, boom, starts bucking around, just whipping you around. And it's crazy. I mean, there is no more better image of, just man riding the beast, riding the chaos. than willingly getting on that bull and letting it buck you around and seeing how long you can hang on. And then the best bull riders, they keep doing it. They keep coming back. Some of these guys, you ever seen that guy? He broke his damn neck. You think he was mad at the bull? Maybe for a little bit he got over it. Then this guy starts taking care of the bull. Come here, bully. He like kisses the bull, he sings to it. It's his buddy now. This is life, man. Okay, yeah, it's gonna buck you around. You're gonna get beat up. What are you gonna go start intellectualizing? Oh no, it's bull riding is just this thing for retards. No, I can't be doing that. No, dude. Like, you're either called for this or you're not. That's why it's not. It may be a message that is getting out there, but I'm telling you, a lot of you guys are not built for this, because you'll quickly learn that there's gonna be painful moments. There's gonna be times where you're eating ramen noodles and you're scrounging, like you're really scraping the bottom of a fucking tin can, the last bits of sardines, because that's all you had. There's gonna be times you work 3 jobs, you work night shifts, you don't have days off. There's gonna be times you're getting rejected by girls. You're not doing, you're not feeling like you're progressing. But it's the defining thing here is that you have the ability to hang on, to ride the bull. Okay, and then when you get bucked off, you don't become this idiot that blames other people. You don't do that. You don't get to blame other people. It's not gonna do anything for you. So I'm just saying, so many people do this, man. I'm telling you, the masculinity, it is chaotic. Like, what else do you want it to be? So you have to be prepared when the times get tough. That creep, like we've been talking about, will work its way in. And if you're not astute enough, if you don't have the perseverance, the sagaciousness to really just the pig-headedness to put all the doubt aside, to just strip away the creep and keep going forward, watch, you're gonna pay dearly, okay? Because you don't get to act with bravado and gusto and courage and go out and be a conquistador. You don't get to ride the short bus and take all these risks and put yourself out there without just the willingness to keep going. Once you enter the rapids, dude, you don't just get to exit the lazy river whenever you damn feel like it. It's when it books you out. It's when you hit a rock and you land on landing, you're able to take a little nap because you're unconscious. You're just like, all right. It's like you don't get to. So there, you can't blame. You can't go back and forth. It talks about this in the Bible in a different way. It says, don't be lukewarm or I'll spit you out. You be lukewarm, it's better to be cold. It's better to be cold than lukewarm, because lukewarm is like half in, half out. So don't be lukewarm or you're gonna get spit out. Be on fire, be ready, be righteous and just going in, okay? And take the full responsibility. That's why the best method, why I'm often attracted to Mishima from Sun and Steel. Mishima realized that words were corrosive, that even him being an author and writing, it was not always the best way to deliver ideas or to understand, true understanding. What he came up with is that he needed Sun and Steel, and he needed to incorporate himself into a group, a shared consciousness, a mindset, where there were other people in the competition, in the fencing. He was a fencer in boxing, I believe. But they would fight and he would lift and he would have energy and the sun, and he was shaped by this instead of the philosophical words of the time. He said, why is it that these old men, they go into the night, they're nocturnal thoughts, and they have these sagging bellies and these lethargic, nihilistic thoughts that permeate their being? This is their understanding of life. He said, why should I be like this? He started to understand. He said some truths can only be understood when you get your posture right. And you stop hunching over. And you know what? You know what's crazy? I think, like, thoughts actually will dictate how you look. There's that physiognomy. When you look at someone's face, you can kind of, you can tell those dang gooners, that gooner look of just too much prawn, dude. Just too many digital titties. And you can see it in the face. You can see the rumination begin to show up. The overthinking. It's like a 1,000-yard stare. It's a 1,000. You know what they say about the girls, 1,000 dick stare? Men have like 1,000. They have 1,000 stare equivalent, where they've seen too much stuff that confirms to them that they are a coward and that they are not a force. It's ingrained inside their heads, and so their face and their body begins to slowly over time take on this decrepit, just like a worm, wormy. They're always conniving, scheming, instead of, again, no one cared who we were before we took the mask off. This mask is put on from thousands of hours of intake and consumption, whatever it may be. I mean, even the movies. I mean, even that quote that I'm paraphrasing from the Dark Knight. When Bane's like, "No one cared who I was before I put on the mask." Shut the fuck up. Like, even hearing things like this, like over and over and over, oh, the mask, like, there's just so much garbage and mental health, not mental health, but just mimetic hazards that enter the head. There's so much filth that a man begins to ponder. And when you ponder filth all day, you start to look like shit. Okay, so embrace the sun and steel. Embrace the pump, dude. Like the body as a vehicle, just humming, just chugga chugga choo choo, short bus coming to town, baby. It was energy. It always is energy. Eat honey, my son, for it is good. I believe that's a Proverbs. Eat honey. You want energy? Eat a little bit of honey. Drink the orange juice. Eat your dates. Scrumptious sugar. Oh, it tastes so good. Oh, but I should avoid this. No, eat it, for it is good. It's going to give you plenty of energy. You're going to be fired up. You're going to have way more intuition, because guess what? Your brain runs off of glucose. But we're all over here looking for someone to tell us how to eat. All of these. I talked to this guy in our group. He's like, "Bro, I've been carnivore for 2 months. The first 2 weeks were good. And then after that, I was around super sexy chicks. And I felt myself not even wanting to do them. Or to talk to them, to do them." Fabian in our group called this the cuckivore diet. It's not carnivore, it's a cuckivore. He had one guy come over and steal the girl he was talking to because he just lacked the oomph in his body. His mind is trying to extract the little bit of glucose from the ribeye he ate. I know you guys are gonna, I'm picking on carnivore here because this is part of the story. Do whatever you want, as long as you have energy. But this guy was avoiding any fruit, any honey, nothing, because, he thought that was the way. He let someone convince him, okay, this is the diet. You can't eat any fruit, can't eat any honey. Dude, eat the fruit, get the energy. Okay, work out, basic ass habits that every man should be. And then from there, intuition shows up. Insight, eureka, channel that energy. You go in, you stop being the goon, stop living in your goon cocoon. You set out, the conquistador, the pirate. Okay, uncharted waters, territory you haven't seen. There's gold in there. What are you gonna do? Turn back? No, dude. Pirate's life. I know I gotta make this message because I see it coming. I see the hordes. And they're gremlins. They're men that lack the strength. They're trying to intellectualize being retarded. No, you don't get to do that, man. You don't get to do that. Morpheus, when he's talking to Neo, he says, faster. He's like, you're faster than this. He says, stop thinking you are and know you are. Hit me. You're faster than this, dude. Stop trying to think you are and know you are. And they start. Too many guys trying to intellectualize this, man. This ain't. Dude, what other way are you going to live? Do you not have the power just from being who you are in this world? Do you not have every opportunity, even in the struggle that you now are facing, the adversities and the trials that you face right now? Is that not exactly what you need at this moment? Because there's going to be something in there for you to discover, but you got to go deeper into it. You know that people are like, what is it, like 99% of gamblers give up before they win big. Like the guy with, or the one meme where the guy's got his pickaxe and he's kind of mining and he like gives up. He turns, there's like an inch more to just dig in that tunnel and then he would get the gold, but he turns back. You know, it's a joke, but it's serious. There's a pig-headedness. So the intellectualizing of this thing and trying to rationalize, oh, this and that, dude, deal with the consequences. Stop trying to be retarded and be retarded. Don't think that you are. Know that you are. You came into this world as a kid. You came into this world. You didn't know how to talk. You didn't know how to do anything. You started moving. You started making moves. You don't know how you got your friends. You just made friends with them. If you really think about it, like most of the wins you've had in your life have come from taking an action that was without too much thinking. Like you just positioned yourself in a way that life could have its way with you, you know? And some of you get molested by life and you let it break you. But, and you're angry and you've become angry and resentful. I'm telling you, dude, I'm telling you, you can't do it. You really can't do it. And let's be honest. I mean, a lot of us are not going through that bad of shit. Like, I'm not in Iran. I'm not in Israel. Are you there? We got a guy in our group next door, man. He's like, dude, they're shooting rockets up. Here it is. Looks like fireworks going up, hitting down the little things. I mean, you know, that's pretty bad. But if you're really going to be a man of spirit and you're going to get rid of the thinking, this is not a short-term fix. This is not some short-term antidote to your life. This is you finally coming into your full power, the way God made you, in His image. If you were made in His image, then you can have no rivals. Do you understand? If you were created as a man walking this earth, who can be your rival? What weapon formed against you can even prosper, dude? So you can't doubt. That's what, dude, Jesus talks about, is it faith as little as a mustard seed, you can move mountains. You can say to this mountain, be thou removed. If you have the faith of a retard, the will, the strength, dude, imagine what you can do. Okay? But I know too many men these days have been hijacked, and even when they hear like biblical stories, their scientist mind, their rational brain kicks in. They put so much emphasis on thought that they neglect and turn away from their intuition. And they don't know the true power that they have inside. That's why I say, man, chew glass, breathe smoke. You're gonna chew glass. I mean, things are going to be rocky. You're going to breathe smoke. You're going to be in grimy places. You're going to be in those smoky alleyways. You know, the little crackheads, the crack dens. You're going to be in it all, man. You're going to meet people in places you never thought. That's why these guys lying to themselves. Oh, I got to find my trad wife. And these girls, too, that are thinking like dudes. Dude, you may find the man of your dreams that you always wanted in a freaking alleyway smoking a Marlboro Red, an American Spirit, because he decided to scoop his nuts, retard Max, and go out. And there he is, and he's just getting a breath of fresh air. But you looking for your godly husband at church, all these beta boys that can't tell their wife to shut it. You know, you're not, dude, he's not going to be at church right now. The girl that you want your trad wife, she's most likely not going to be at church right now. And if she is, she's probably got a husband, or she's deep in a relationship. And so all of this, it's a sickness. It's a sick, lethargic mentality for life. Is waiting. Dude, waiting. You don't get to fucking wait. You get the gift of a brand new day in front of you. And then you get to do something with it. Oh my God, it's so blazing hot. My phone is about to overheat. Like, it's ripping hot out here. Give a fuck, man. I'm gonna go outside and just set this shit up. If it overheats, it overheats. It cuts off. I don't give a damn. Like, when the spirit is there, you better seize it. When the muse shows up, man, you better seize it. So, you know, these people, oh, I'm gonna meet my trout. Oh, I'm waiting for this, that. Dude, bust down the doors. Like someone in our comments recently said, man, listen to this guy when he tells you, start before you're ready. He had zero experience, electrical, doing electrical work. And he's like, I went in, zero experience, acted like I knew what I was doing, didn't really know what I was doing, but I had the willingness and I kept learning on the fly. That's what he said, learn on the fly. Learn before you think you're ready. Like, start before you think you're ready. You know, like, people are fabricating their damn resumes. You don't always need to have every little domino lined up. Learn on the fly. Now he's been doing it for 11 years, making great money. Like, there's an element of, I'll figure this shit out as I go. But as you go, you don't get to turn back. Okay? Because if you turn back, that's on you, man. What happened to Jonah when he turned back? He got punished. He went in a dark place. He went into the belly of a whale. Okay? And that's the price you pay when you turn back and you don't follow the call that you've been called to do. Every single one of you has a message. Every single one of you has a story that life has given you. You have your interests. You have your sad times. A lot of you only have maybe a little breakup. Maybe a girl didn't text you back. And you know, this is not trauma. This is not trauma. You know, these are all stories that create a good life and create you becoming who you're constantly in this state of becoming. You understand? Like, living is a state of becoming constantly. It's not like the moment you start thinking or you get afraid of every little new inconvenience or change, you gotta like, yes, zippity doo dah, baby, hoomanaga. You put on the mask, hoomanaga. You know, it's like time, finally, here we go. Like, giddy up, let's go. It's time to pump it up. It's time to pump it up. You know, sound the alarm. Praise God, man, that you can be here. Holy smokes. I'm getting pumped up. I'm getting freaking pumped. Dude, you got to take off the mask. If you really just think about your life, take off that mask. Take off that mask. When it's with women, stop trying to act like you. Some guy asks us, hey, should I status max my Instagram? That's gay. No. Schizo max your Instagram. You probably get better chicks. You're like, what? Retard max that thing, man. Post whatever you want. You don't gotta flashy cars, flashy clothes. You know what that attracts? Girls that get taken a doo-doo on in Dubai. Doo-dooed on in Dubai. That's what type of chicks you're gonna attract when you status max. Why are you playing that game? Who set that up for you? This is what you wanted? So no, take the mask off. And whenever you're forced, you feel forced. I gotta put a mask on. Run from those things, man. Like, run from a life that other people set up for you where you gotta wear more of a mask. Just don't do it. Turn the other way. Do a 360 and moonwalk away from it. Okay? Remove the freaking mask. See ya. Not today. Not any day. You start living with this, you start living who you are. We're men in a state of becoming, with energy, with power, vigor. And I'm telling you, your relationships with people, the opportunities that are thrown at you, it will be like it's like, why did it take me so long to come to this understanding, this enlightenment? Because you were lied to. You've been lied to. It's very simple. You thought you needed before you could do. You thought you had to think before you could act. You think you need to have the status and play these games. And dude, it's like, you never needed that, you know? You really, I just hope you guys can experience life when you take that mask off. With your friends, with people pleasing. But again, the naked man, you know, that's what it is, the naked man. When you strip a man down to the flesh, to the bare bones, what is there? What is he made out of? There's an animal. There's a animalistic rabid dog just foaming at the mouth, frothing at the mouth. Let me out. Just, you know, take that shit off. Be who you are. You're horny, good. Be horny. Be sexual. Be that. Don't hide that away. Incorporate that into who you are, into your body. You know, it's okay. Let the woman feel it. Women like that. Okay, but it's the, you know what the creeps are? The nice guys. The nice guys. Hey, can I buy you a drink? Hey, how about these flowers? Because, like, I'm not good enough to just, you want to smell my freaking sweaty armpits. You know, like, hey, can I get into my nice car, huh? Look at the doors, they go up. Because I'm not man enough where you can get in my little rusted Mercury Mystique. It's like, come on. Strip all that shit down. You're fine. You got everything you need. Dude, you got to strip the man down. Rugged. Just the lion, okay? We've been in the zoo for too long. Been in the fucking zoo for too long. Let's get testy, baby. Let's get testy. Chew glass. Breathe smoke. Ride the tiger, all right? Enter the rapids. Ride the freaking bull. All right, let it buck you. Hope you guys have a blessed start to your week. Monday momentum, we're pumping it up. Let's freaking go. Hi, Thumos. Come talk with us in the group, and I'll see you soon. Peace.